Good morning. My name is Katie, and I will be your chairperson for today's Ohigan service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? If so, welcome to our temple. Could those of you sitting near them help them find the proper pages for the sutras, gathas, and readings? Thank you. First, we will have Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by sutra chanting Junirai on page 20 in the Little Book or page 67 in the Big Book.
Namandags, 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 namandags.
members of the San Jose Buddhist Church Petsun have reverently come before me, the Buddha, with deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Rinban. We reaffirm the three hommages. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance.
Za
We will now have Daihyo Shoko by the following organizations. Let's see. Cub Scout Pack 611, Boy Scout Troop 611, Daisy Troop, Brownie Troop, Girl Scout Junior Troop, Cadet Troop, Senior Girl Scout Troop or Ambassador Troop, Lotus Preschool, Morgan Hill Dharma School, San Jose Dharma School, San Jose Dharma School? Okay, sorry. San Jose Junior YBA. DSPO. San Jose Betsuin. Now we will have Gatha Tsuki ga deta on page 96 of the small book, followed by the golden chain, which is located on page 2 in the little book, or page 15 in the big book under golden chain 1.
Tsuki ga deta, Tsuki ga deta, temari no 様のお子供は月のようにまんまるい月が出た月が出た鏡のように曇らずに御仏様のお心は月のように曇らない月が出た月が出た慈悲の光に守られる御仏様のお子供は月のように美しい。
The Golden Chain.
I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace.
Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Now we will have a Dharma lesson by Rinban Sakamoto.
Thank you. Good morning. Happy Ohigan. So Ohigan started in Japan. So it's a Buddhist observance that Japanese Buddhism, only Japanese Buddhism observes. Other parts of the world, not so much. It was started in the mid-8th century by Emperor Shomu. So, and Emperor Shomu did a lot of things that Buddhist things that Japan now has as a part of its tradition. So one of the things that he did when he retired as emperor, I guess you can retire, he turned the seat of the emperor over to his daughter, and so he retired, and then he went into a Buddhist monastery. So he was the first first emperor to retire into a Buddhist monastery. As an emperor of Japan, he is thought to be a deity of Shinto. So up until the 1940s, when Hirohito was the emperor of Japan, he was the last emperor that was considered to be a descendant. He kind of set that aside. But the people, of course, still held him in great esteem. When we were in Japan a few months ago for the World Buddhist Women's Association Conference, Kathy and I were riding in a taxi, and at that time, the emperor was supposed to be visiting one of the locations in Kyoto, and so there was a lot of traffic and a lot of officers in the streets. And as we were riding with the taxi, in the taxi, I asked driver if the emperor still has any importance or significance in the lives of everyday Japanese people. And he said, of course. So the imperial household is still very much a part of Japanese history. And nearly 1,500 years ago, Emperor Shomu set aside a time both in the autumn, like we are today, and in the spring, where the days and the nights are of equal length. He set aside this time for everybody to kind of take a break from their everyday kind of busyness, that monks were to go into retreat and to kind of study and read and think about things. And so it's kind of a holiday where everybody kind of got the day off and enjoyed this time of the year, this season of the year. So it's for that reason, because it started in Japan, only Japanese Buddhism observes Ohigan. Not that it's exclusive, but certainly its origins are in Buddhist history. Some of the other things that Emperor Shomu did was he started and completed Todaiji, the great temple in Nara, and built the Daibutsu there. The Buddha Vairocana was the statue that was built in Nara. And this temple, the Todaiji, was built around it. There was a great ceremony when the eyes of the statue, which was in this building, and the doors that were in front of the face of the Buddha were opened up. So it was like revealing the Buddha to the world. The problem with building that Daibutsu was that almost bankrupt in Japan. There was so much material that was necessary to put Todaiji, to build Todaiji, and to cast this huge Buddha. The building of Todaiji, I think it burnt down once, but has been rebuilt. It's a little smaller than the original. As large as that Todaiji building is, it's a little smaller than it was when it was originally built. It's one of the largest wooden structures in the world. But these are the things that Emperor Shomu did in his lifetime. He is probably the most, it was under his reign that Japan almost was the closest to becoming a Buddhist nation. Here, the emperor, who is a descendant of the Shinto gods, has entered into retirement in a Buddhist temple, has built Todaiji, has built the great Buddha Vairocana, and he also establishes provincial temples. So throughout Japan, he has these temples built, and alongside the temple, monasteries, nunnery for women to be able to study and practice Buddhism. So his influence in Japanese Buddhism is really profound. Again, this is in the 8th century, so nearly 1,500 years ago when we begin to observe these practices. In Jodo Shinshu, of course, when we think of Ohigan, it's the other shore, right? The other shore. So that other shore is the shore of enlightenment. This shore is the shore of unenlightenment. So to get to the other shore, through the practices of Buddhism, we're able to get to the other shore. But how do we as Jodo Shinshu get to the other shore? Not a trick question. Or maybe it is a trick question. Okay, so we get to the other shore through Amida Buddha. The assurance of Amida Buddha provides for our eventual enlightenment. So we don't have to worry about trying to, whether or not our practice is perfect. We don't have to worry about whether we are diligent or not. But we can understand and appreciate the compassion of Amida Buddha that moves us all, regardless of who we are, what we may or may not have done in our lives. that moves us all toward the resolution of these difficulties that we cause and experience, the experience of enlightenment. Some people may feel, well, if that's already assured, then I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want to do. And that's true. But a person who kind of thinks about that, gives it some thought, realizes that that is something that is quite important, something that without which, at least Shinran felt, without which would not be able to resolve the difficulties we cause and experience. So at this time of the year, in Shomo's time, Emperor Shomo's time, this autumn and spring Ohigan was time that was set aside for people to study, to kind of think about their life, think about the things that would be able to move us to the other shore. In Jodo Shinshu, we understand that the compassion of Amida is the cause of our enlightenment, that we don't have to worry about whether or not we need to perfect those practices that will move us toward enlightenment. It kind of changes the way that we see ourselves and that we understand our relationship to the world around us. Today, as we observe this Ohigan, autumn Ohigan service, we're mindful of its origins, that it's really only in Japan, but we are also thinking about how we, as Jodo Shinshu, go to the other shore, that through the compassion of Amida Buddha, regardless of who we are assured of eventual resolution of difficulties. And for that, we simply say Namo Amida Butsu in gratitude and appreciation that we too are able to experience that same enlightenment. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinban Sakamoto. We will now have Gatha farewell on page 45, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the little book, or page 15 in the big book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namu Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namu Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namu Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namu Amida Butsu, till we meet again.
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in his noble path every day of our lives. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Mr. Jones, Mr. Akizuki, and Mrs. Tanabe, and to musician Michael Yoshihara. Are there any announcements?
Hi, I'm Randy Cow, won the Boy Scout Troop 611 Assistant Scout Masters, and I just wanted to throw a reminder for our e-waste event, October 21st from 9 to 3. There's a flyer in the back of the Hondo, so with the details of what is and is not accepted. And it'll be at the 4th Street entrance, as it always is. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Tori Sakurai, one of the co-chairs of DSPO, along with Krista Mizusaki. We'd like to hold a quick parent meeting across the street at the education building, if everyone can join us like 10 minutes after service ends.
Good morning. So on October 14th, Minanomura is going to sponsor an LGBTQ plus awareness and acceptance event, and we'll be showing the movie A Profound Silence that was made by the Gardena Buddhist Temple's Ichimi group. So you'll see flyers with a QR code. It's an Eventbrite event, so you can sign up through Eventbrite. It's $10, but if that causes a hardship, please let me know. But we'd really like to have you there. It's October 14th from 1 to 5 in the gym, and we'll have folks from the Ichimi group of Gardena, and also Mrs. Janet Umezu will join us as well. So hope to have you there, and please see me if you have any questions.
Hi, my name's Linda Ichinaga, and I'm going for the BWA, or making announcements for the BWA. Anyway, I have several. This Tuesday, we have a movie day, so if anybody's available, you can join us for a movie. It'll be at the Campbell Theater, a movie theater near Winchester, off of Winchester Boulevard, and next to Safeway, and across the street is the nearest the nursery and so forth. But and it's going to be my big fat Greek wedding at 3, and it's at 1:30. So if anybody's willing to come join us, and we'll be viewing it, and it's going to, I think it's $5, so that's a general admission, so that's why we're going, okay? And then I have soul line dancing starting up again, and the first one starting is September 24th, 11:30 to 1 o'clock, and it's in our gym, and anyone can come and join us and have some fun, exercise, and be able to dance at your weddings that you're going to go to, okay? So it's a lot of fun, so come and join us there. Then I have one more, November 4th. We're going to have an art party. And so anyone that wants to join us and learn how to paint scenery of something, and we're going to have an art instructor. They're going to give us the canvas and paints and apron to make and to make this party, something to remember, I guess. And so you can learn how to draw. And anyone who wants to join us can join us. It's a fundraiser for the BWA, and it's $40 per person. But again, it includes everything, and we get money back as well. Okay, so come join us if you can. Okay, and it's because it's going to be in the annex. It's going to be limited space, but I think we can have almost anybody that wants to come. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Todd Sadama, and I'm here to announce, so everybody, who knows what shaka is? Show it. Right? All right. So for those that didn't put it up, so actually we're having a free showing of a movie called Shaka. It's this guy from Hawaii. He's coming over. He's in the, he made this movie about the origins, a documentary about Shaka. And he's actually about 90% done with the movie, and he wants to get feedback on it from folks. So on October 7th at 6 o'clock, we're going to be doing a free showing here in the gym. We're also going to be selling bentos from our plate lunch from Hukilau, and all the benefits are going to go towards the Lahaina Buddhist Church, the Hompo Hong. Yeah, what he said. That's our version, or our branch, right? And so all the proceeds are going to be going to that Lahaina Buddhist Church. So Doors open at 5. You guys can eat there, and then 6 o'clock is the showing, and then we're going to do a quick Q&A, and they're going to have you fill out a little survey about kind of what you thought about the movie. And then actually there are ties to Buddhism in there. So there's one piece in there where they're saying there's like a loose connection to Shakyamuni. So, but yeah, come on out. Thanks.
Hi, Sumi Tanabe for Sangha Support Committee. Next Sunday, September 24th, from 11:30 to 1 o'clock in the boardroom. Sangha Support is featuring Mitoshi Fujio White to present Estate Planning 101. So everything you wanted to know about estate planning, she'll be able to answer your question. So again, that's next Sunday from 11:30. So Linda, I know we have a conflict, but you can go do either one of the activities next Sunday. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Moshel Kadokura, and another announcement on behalf of BWA. BWA is going to be participating in the Nikkei Matsuri Artisans Fair. So that is Saturday, October 28th, right here in the annex from 10 to 4. So we're going to have a lot of artisans there, but please come out and support the handcrafters of the San Jose BWA. Also, I have a second save the date announcement on Saturday, November 18th. The Betsuan and Wesley Methodist, we're hosting a curry cook-off. It's a competition, a friendly competition to build community spirit. And that is Saturday, November 18th from 5 to 8. You will start seeing information about how to enter as a group to compete, and then also how to purchase tickets. So, and BWA will be providing delicious desserts for that event. So come on out for those two events. Thank you.
Before everyone leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English service following this service, or you are welcome to stop by the Open Door Cafe tent outside in the front of the garden. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's Ohigan service.
Hi, Jimmy. Very good. Good morning. 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 Linda was asking about your pottery. Yeah. That's it? Oh, okay. I thought Good morning. Good morning. What is your periodic chart? Minecraft periodic chart.
Hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Good.
She was wondering about last night's performance.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah. Wasn't it? Were you there? Yes.
Michelle.
Oh yeah, Michelle was there. It was so
Folks might be interested in the Sakamoto family.
Oh, really? Yes. Yeah, you're my young
They would
person.
need to told them all about just the interest.
So,
tsunamanda, 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 tsunamanda.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to this morning's Ohigan service. Before we begin this morning's service, just a reminder that there is to be no food or drink in the hondo. Also, please, if you have your cell phones, if you could put them on silent or turn them off, we'd appreciate that. Thank you. Do we have anyone here who is here for the first time? Anyone here who's new? Oh, would you like to introduce yourselves? No? Yes?
Sure. I'm Bart Emerson. My wife Liz, my son Kai. We're from Castro Valley. Good to be here this morning.
Welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Do we have anyone else who's new? Well, thank you very much for coming. We will begin this morning's service with Sambujo on page 24 in the large service book. That's this one. Followed by sutra chanting Junirai on page 120 in the small Dharma book, which is this one, or on page 67 in the large service book. Thank you.
Yeah.
reverently come before me, the Buddha, for the autumn Ohigan service. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of Amida, we reaffirm the three homages. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance.
Junirai. Okay.
We will now have Daihyo Shoko by the following organizations. ABBA, Morgan Hill Howaikai, BWA, San Jose Betsuin, Please rise now for the Gatha Shinran Sama on page 86 in the small Dharma school service book. Please remain standing afterwards for the three treasures, which will be on page 3 of the same book. Yeah, 86.
そよ風渡る朝の窓働く手のひら合わせつつ南無阿弥陀仏唱えれば親鸞様はにこやかに私の隣にいらっしゃるきらめく夜空星の影嵐に消えても隠れても南無阿弥陀仏唱えれば親鸞様はお日々を私の行く手にかざされるこの世の旅の明け暮れ 様は寄り添って私の手を取り歩まれる。If you would please turn to page 3 and join in the reading of the three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo. Thank you. Please be seated.
Now we will have a Dharma message from Reverend Mikame.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending to this Ohigan service. So I'd like to read a hymn which was written by the Shinran Shonin first. So would you please join me in Gassho? Place your hands together at your heart center. My eyes being hindered by blind passions, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me. Yet the great compassion, without tiring, illuminates me always. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much. So first of all, let me share the few words from the poem Obutsudan, or Home Altar, by Mrs. Kaneko, a poet who was born and raised in Japan, Yamaguchi Prefecture, and who cherished the Jodo Shinshu tradition. Obutsudan is a kind of home altar that the Shin Buddhist family have own at their each household. So to feel close to the Buddha. So this is a poem about the home altar, Obutsudan. Okay. It goes like this. Without missing every single morning and evening, I offer thanks to Buddha with Gassho and Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And then I realized that I had forgotten to do it one whole day. Even though I had forgotten it, the Buddha will never forget me and is always watching over me. That is why I say, thank you, Amida Buddha. How did you like it? Yeah, if you have a kind of family altar at your home, it is, kind of when you come and sit in front of altar of Buddha, or when you come to the temple like this morning and sit in front of the Buddha, that we can be mindful of the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha and Amida Buddha, and thank Buddha. However, during our busy daily lives, it might be hard for us to think constantly about the Buddha because we have school, job, errands, sports, and shopping, and then we are kind of swamped. and I feel so bad for Amida Buddha. And Amida completely slipped out of my mind. Yeah. In this poem, Misuzu records that Amida Buddha never abandons her, even at such times, and feels bad for Amida Buddha, and at the same time appreciates Amida's great compassion that embraces us all the time. So her vibrant expression made me imagine Misuzu's mix up like a happy and apologetic feelings as she recites Namo Amida Butsu in front of her home altar, Obutsudan. So today we are here to observe the Ohigan service. Ohigan O is like an honorific kind of thing, and Higan, I'm gonna explain about the Higan. So Shakyamuni Buddha likened our lives to a great river like Ganges, the Ganges in India, and then said the world of delusion in which we live is called this shore, or Shigan, in Japanese. While the world of the enlightenment is called the Higan, or the other shore. This shore and the other shore. Higan is the other shore. Yeah, and Shakyamuni Buddha tells us the purpose of our life is to cross over the river of life and death to reach the shore of enlightenment. So this Higan service, or Higan service, is held twice a year in spring and autumn equinox, when the length of the day and night are equal. It is said that in the season of equinoxes, right? My pronunciation is okay? Yeah, equinoxes. The sunset in the true west, which is the best time for us on this shore to turn our mind to the direction of Amida Buddha's Pure Land, the world of Buddha, which is somewhere in the west. But can we really feel closer to Amida Buddha and turn our hearts and mind toward Amida's enlightenment more than usual, just because that we can actually turn our bodies toward the exact direction of where Amida resides? I don't know. I'm ashamed to say that I was so busy this past September that I could not even fully think about myself, much less Buddha. So gomenasai, I'm sorry, Amida Buddha. But yeah, the first poem that I read written by Misuzu overlaps with myself and feel somewhat embarrassed. How about you all? Yeah, I think it's very difficult for us to think about the Buddha, even if it is a season that we can feel closer to the world of Higan, or enlightenment, even though we do not know what the people we live with are thinking. Even if we live with somebody and they are physically close to us, we still have differences because we are all worlds apart within our own beings. When we speak of the world in Buddhism, we are not talking about one big world where we reside, but it is about each of our own hearts and minds. We each live separate lives and think separate things, right? For example, I love dogs. But I hate frogs the most in the world because they were disgusting. I'm sorry, frogs. Yeah, but whoa. Okay. And then I love ice cream. I love most of the flavors, but I don't really like sweet beans or azuki flavor ice creams. But if it comes with mochi, I love sweet beans because paste flavors, and then I will be able to eat a lot. Especially, I prefer smooth type of the sweet beans to mashed one. Yeah, when you eat mochi, you would drink coffee with it, right? But I prefer tea, green tea, especially green tea, yeah, because too much coffee doesn't agree with me. Yeah. So what I'm talking about now is my world, my interests, and my tastes, which I am creating. And some people may like what I said I don't like, right? What they would say is, oh, I don't like dark. I love frogs, and then I don't like ice cream, but I love sweet beans flavored ice cream. And then I prefer mashed sweet beans, mochi. I prefer coffee to green tea. Is that all? I don't know, but yeah, that will be your or his or her or their tastes and ideas that you, he, she, they, or everyone is creating. I live in my own world, and you live in your own world, and we live in our own world, right? Each of us creates our own world by drawing boundary lines here and there to our own taste, like and dislikes. Buddhism teaches us that we create our own world by surrounding ourselves with what we like, what we think is good, or what we believe is right. That is how we live. So I believe that everyone's value judgment is different. Yeah. And even if you live together or in the same time period, everyone is different. The standard that we have sometimes causes trouble. Right. So the reason is, I forgot to bring the bottle, but I'm sorry. So I was supposed to bring the water bottle, but yeah. So if you're really thirsty, and if I give you a glass of water, really thirsty, yeah, you haven't like drinking like water, or maybe 3 days or something, 3 days or something, and then I glass is a little kind of 1/3 portion of the glass of water. Maybe it's not enough for you, right? If you are really thirsty, but if you're really kind of full, and then I don't maybe feel like you cannot like drink and like eat anything at all, and maybe this third water portion will be kind of too much for you, right? So the reason is that our standard changes from time to time, depending on our current mood, right? I may dislike someone I thought was good person until yesterday, when I see them do something wrong or something I don't like, because our standards change from time to time. That boundary we draw here and there would have the odd shapes. On the other hand, the world of Buddha is the world where there are no such boundaries by nature. The value of enlightenment that transcends any boundaries and discrimination made by one's preferences is called non-discrimination, muhunbetsu, which means that our lives are originally intricately intertwined, and are dependent as one big life. It would be good if we could like accept each other's different lives as we are, but we live in the world in which we compare ourselves with others and separate ourselves from them, and in which we are sometimes hurt by others, and we hurt them ourselves in our own thinking. So this world is also called samsara in Sanskrit. It is a world in which we create a suffering with our own judgment, and as the Buddha likened it, this life is like waves in a vast ocean, and we might be drowning in our own way of suffering. So in this situation, it might be difficult for us to turn our minds toward the Buddha, right? Because our way of living and Buddha's enlightenment are so far apart. Shakyamuni Buddha told us that there are two separate realms, this shore and the other shore. But this is the way we see things from my viewpoint, the human view, the point of a human point of view, yeah. From Amida's point of view, this world has no boundaries. There are no boundaries, which means that there are no boundary to time, place, or age. Or since there are no boundaries to any life, this allows each of us to see the infinite awesomeness within each life. So this means that although I cannot see it, it is in my life. Amida holds my whole life, even when I'm happy, even when I was angry, when I am angry, when I feel sadness and cannot tell anyone. Amida will never leave us to the suffering alone. Therefore, in the resonance of Namo Amida Butsu, we recite, Amida reaches here and now, in any time and anywhere, to me, to this shore. In the first poem I wrote, Shinran Shonin wrote, again, I'm going to read it. My eyes being hindered by blind passions, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me, yet the great compassion, without tiring, eliminates me always. We cannot see the Buddha's actual figures with our deluded views. However, through this poem, Shinran Shonin rejoices his life embraces within Namo Amida Butsu, Buddha's dynamic wisdom and compassion, which never abandons, but always continues to illuminate our lives without tiring. There is a story like this in the Japanese anime. For Mother's Day, the daughters were discussing what gift they were going to send to their mother to please her. Then the mother comes to them and said something like this. She said, "Oh, hey, you don't have to try to do something special just because it is Mother's Day. But for me, every day is Mother's Day. Every day since you guys were born has been my Mother's Day, and every day is such as precious to me. So I am most happy that you guys are just doing well and getting along with each other." Then she smiles. I was so shocked when I saw this scene. We are prone to think that if it is kind of designated as Mother's Day or Ohigan, we should Father's Day or something. We should thank our mothers or fathers only on that day. But this story made me realize from the moment my mother carried my life in her belly, she has been worried about her kid and wanted to take responsibility for raising her child every day as a mother. So even when Buddha slipped out of my mind and we become excited about this thing and that thing, Buddha never forgets, not even for a moment, and is always connected about us, concerned about us, and embraces each moment in our lives. So therefore, our loved ones who have rejoiced in this and have passed on to be born as a Buddhas are also guiding our ways, guiding our lives to the Dharma as a Buddha who live with our lives whenever and whatever we live, regardless of boundary we draw. So September is an autumn equinox or Higan, a suitable season for us to think about the world of enlightenment. So regardless Ohigan, equinox season, no matter how far away our hearts are from Buddha, no matter how close we feel to Amida, no matter how happy or sad we are, no matter what time of the year, Buddha placed our lives in the center of the compassion. So In placing our palms together and recite Namo Amida Butsu, let us express our gratitude to Amida Buddha. Amida's compassion is infinite, but I conclude my talk here. Okay, please join me in Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu Namanda. Okay, thank you for the kind attention.
Thank you, Reverend Mikame, for that wonderful talk and for sharing the Obotsudan poem. Maybe we should also sort of take a moment to slow down in our own worlds and focus on those things that are really important. Please rise now for the Gatha Ondokusan II. It's on page 76 in the small Dharma service book.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda. Thank you. Please be seated.
I'd like to thank Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, our ministers and assistants, Michael Jones, Sumi Tanabe, and Dennis Akizuki. I don't see him, but I know he wrote this for me to read to you. As well as our technical operator, Kevin Kitagawa, and our organist, Michael Yoshihara. Are there any announcements? Please come up and announce your announcement.
Sumi Tanabe, representing Sangha Support Committee. This coming Sunday, September 24th, from 11:30 to 1 o'clock, we will have a speaker, Mitoshi Fujio White, who will speak on Estate Planning 101. So if you haven't done anything about this, maybe it's time that you come and participate and see what you need to do. So again, that's next Sunday, September 24th, up in the boardroom at 11:30. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Michelle Kadokura with BWA, and I have several save the dates for you. Starting with this Tuesday is movie day. So BWA is going to see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 at the Campbell Theater, 1:30. Linda Ichinaga has more information for you. If you are interested, it's $5. And just a side note, number 2, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, came out on Netflix, so you can hurry up and watch it and get caught up. Then starting next Sunday, line dancing is back. So you can come out, exercise after the service, Let's see, again, Lindy Chinaga is the person to contact on that, from 11:30 to 1 in the gym. So it's a lot of fun. It's a way to get some exercise, move around. Next on this calendar is on October 28th. The BWA will be participating in Nikkei Matsuri's Artisans Fair, along with several other nonprofit groups. UI Kai will have their handcrafters. San Jose Museum will also be participating. So you hope that you come out. There's going to be over 40 artisans at this event, and come out and support all the handcrafting that BWA does. Let's see. Then on November 4th, BWA is again hosting another event. It's a paint party. So that will be at 1 o'clock, and this is on a Saturday. And BWA is hosting. It is also a fundraiser for BWA. It's in the gym annex. It will be $40. And this, again, it's a lot of fun. You don't need any painting experience. Just come out, and they teach you everything, and they provide all the supplies. And then the last event that I have is actually a Betsuin event. We are co-hosting with Wesley United Methodist Church a community building event. It is a friendly competition. It's a curry cook-off. We are looking for people to enter. We have celebrity judges that will be coming out, and music, and just a whole lot of fun. That event is November 18th. And that is a Saturday at United Wesley Methodist Church from 5 to 8. BWA will be providing delicious desserts, so we are involved. Anyways, for more information, you got to join BWA because we're a pretty active group. So, yeah, see me for any more information. Thank you.
Hi, Michael Jones from Mina Nomura. Our Mina Nomura, which is our LGBTQ outreach group, is sponsoring an LGBTQ awareness and acceptance event on October 14th in the annex from 1 to 5. That is a Saturday. So we're going to be showing the Ichimi, Gardena Buddhist Church's Ichimi group, A Profound Silence is the name of the movie. It's a short movie, but it's just a wonderful story, and they talk to a lot of people and get their backstories as well. So again, the event's October 14th from 1 to 5 in the annex. There's a couple flyers in the back. You can just grab the QR code. It's an Eventbrite event, so you can register through Eventbrite. It's $10. So if you have any trouble with the Eventbrite link, or if you have any other questions, please let me know. Thanks.
Any other announcements? Just a quick reminder, choir, our San Jose Betsuin Choir will resume in-person rehearsals this coming Tuesday at 7 o'clock here in the Hondo. So if you like to sing, but you think, oh, I don't like singing by myself, join the choir. We sing as a group. So rehearsals are every Tuesday from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have to try out. If you just want to enjoy it, or you just want to come listen, we welcome you to come join. I think that's about it. We will now have closing gasho. Afterwards, are we going to have closing gasho? Okay, well then have closing gasho. Afterwards, please come up and offer incense. Thank you.
Please join me in gasho. Place your hands together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and please ride safely on your way home.